My day started red, and then we went green. Here's how we did it. We're going to start off on the 5-minute time frame for Tesla, and I want to show you something just off of the day trade watch list, what we had as a plan for Tesla. So Tesla was a short idea only below $264, right? But that changed after seeing the opening price action. So we were trading live today. Here's what happened. Tesla, first 5-minute candle. This is 264, by the way. We have a trend line drawn there already. First 5-minute candle runs $4 up to 268. I'm thinking right away that this is enough confirmation that no way Tesla's going to retrace all the way from 268 all the way down to 264 and below. But it surely happened, right? Anything can happen at any time. So given that Tesla had the move up at the open and it reclaimed the previous day's closing price, effectively going from red to green, I'm thinking Tesla on a pullback may hold the previous day's close as a point of support and we get a bounce move up. So instead of trying to take this short on this pop move, I decide to go long on the pullback. And this is how I started the day red. So opening rally up on Tesla off of 264. Validates 264 as a point of support. Boom, takes off, right? Runs all the way to 268. I'm patient. I'm not chasing the move. Waiting. We get a dip down. I wind up taking the entry long on a dip. I believe it was this candle here. Taking the entry long on a dip, and I'm looking for this from here to rally up to the high of day. We don't get that right away. It kind of pulls back a bit more, and it's still holding above the previous day's close, so I'm not sweating the position, and then it starts to bounce, and I'm thinking, okay, we're up at this point. I don't know if we were up 10%, maybe not, but yeah, we're up at this point, and I'm like, this is it, right? This is where Tesla's going to take off and at least give us the run to high of day. Maybe beyond, we get 15-20% profit out of this trade. Doesn't happen. So it starts to rally, tries to rally, and then fails. And what I see at this time is SPY starting to curl over, as well as, so we don't have market backing to continue pushing topside, as well as this lower high being made on Tesla. So I tell the team, I'm like, look, this trade really, I mean, it should have already worked, right? It should not have put in this lower high. If it comes back down and breaks below this low, I don't think that there's a need for us to wait for it to break the previous day's close. Because this was initially our stop loss down here at this green line. But, you know, after getting this bounce here, I'm just thinking, if it's not going to work on this bounce, I don't think it's going to work at all. And I was right. I was correct on this. Even though it was a losing trade, we made the right decision. So we wind up closing the position there for a loss. It was about a 13% loss, but it's better to take the loss early here rather than hold and hope and look at the move that that follows, right? So if we don't take that 13% loss here, we're down 20, 30, 40, 50, 60%. I didn't look at the contracts, but I'm sure they dropped quite a bit by the time you're down here. And then you really don't even get that much of a rebound until later in the day. So not worth it. And it still hasn't even reclaimed the high of day. Not worth it to hold and hope on something like this. The moment that a trade is not working out for you, cut it. So by cutting this trade early, starting the day off red, we allowed ourselves to not have to sweat this position so much, but then also have a clear mind and go into something else. We actually went into a SPY trade next and made this money right back. But we're on Tesla, so I'm going to stick with Tesla as a trade idea here and kind of give you, the rundown of the second part. So we had Tesla still, again, short below 264, right? We break 264 right here. And I'm not looking at this time to take it short, but I did start to look to take it short over here. I was looking for a rally back up to retest 264. I was kind of late here. Maybe I should have taken it short there or even taken it short here once we knew that this wasn't going to hold. Couple of missed opportunities there. So missed opportunity to take it short here, missed opportunity to take it short here. So we watched it fall all the way down to 261. Now, what I was telling the team was that the top side of the gap area on the daily time frame for Tesla is at 261, right? So the move that we had planned, short under 264, with a price target of 261 in mind, already played out. It played out right here in that big gray shaded area. So I was telling the team, look, we might be a little limited on profit margin here. This may not run back down to 261 because the trade that we're looking for has already happened. So we just need to be mindful of that, right? The risks associated with taking the trade short on the next rally. So we get the rally up. I go short on the position here, leaving myself room to add as we continue up. I'm thinking 264 right here, our trigger level, could act as a point of resistance, but I wanted to get some skin in the game. So I wanted to make sure I took a position early enough to where if Tesla continued to fall, I had some money on the trade, right? We don't get the fall. We get the rally up higher, so I add to the position right at the trigger level itself. And the reason why I did this is because I'm thinking the initial trend is down here, big trend down. So this being the first rally from this big trend down, I'm thinking it gets sold at some point. But we don't know where, right? We don't know where that gets sold at. So I add to the position here as we retest 264, and then I had one more opening to add to the position, and I was going to add up here at the previous day's close, and that was my ultimate stop for this. So I was looking to add up here, and I think we were like 3 cents off from being able to add to the position. I missed my fill up here, did not add, and then we get the drop. And we're back down below 264. We're still chilling in the position. I think we're back to break even at this point, and we wound up getting the drop down even further. I don't remember where we sold at. Somewhere on one of these drops, though. I think it was this bigger drop here. It was this bigger drop here. We wound up taking 15% profit on this trade. So a 12% loss over here, 13% loss over here, 15% profit over here. We're still green on the day just from these two trades alone. Or even if you want to wash them out, we can wash them out and say we're break even on Tesla on the day. If and only if you use approximately the same amount of capital for each trade. Now, if you go heavier here and you go lighter over here, you're going to be red on the day. So Tesla, basically a washout if you want to consider it that. Consider that as something. You know, had I gotten the ad up here, it probably wouldn't have been as much of a washout. I wound up making like $350 total on this. I should have been a lot more, you know, but again, just the missed opportunities under the PDC and then under the trigger level, and then also the early loss trying to take this long. But would I take this long again is a question. I mean, yeah, I think I would. It was validating the short trigger as a point of support. It was pushing up. Just because I take this long and we didn't have a long idea on the watch list doesn't mean that it's a bad trade or that I'm breaking rules. I see what I see, right? Which is a rally up and then a pullback. This could easily be a bull flag formation that breaks out into the high of day. Where we went long was on a dip, so we're not chasing the move up. It's not a bad entry. Where we cut the trade was the perfect place to cut the trade because it continued to fall, so we cut the moment that it didn't work. This is not a bad trade. Just because a losing trade is a trade where you lose money doesn't mean it's a bad trade. It's just a trade that we did not get the follow-through that we were looking for on. And this is trading, and that will happen. So let's normalize these paper cut losses, right? So yeah, we'll consider Tesla pretty much a washout trade. The other trade that we took, so just 3 trades per day. The other trade that we took was on SPY. SPY short. So we had a short idea on SPY below 442.5, $442.50. So 442.5 is going to be up here. Open. So just really based off the pre-market lows, right? Opening consolidation, then starts to rally up, and it's a gap down day. So remember, on gap down day, one of the first things we look for are opening rallies that get sold. Opening rallies that get sold. The reason why is because we want to see the ebb and flow, right? It's very rare that we see something just drop in a linear fashion. it's typically going to drop and then rally and then drop and then rally and then drop and then rally and then drop. And then, so there's that ebb and flow, right? That ebb and flow. So we get the drop pre-market. Now we're looking for the rally at the open. Opening rally that gets sold. We use the trend line break strategy right here to signal when this drop is happening, when the trend change, when the shift in momentum is happening. So we recognize that in real time, right? I posted it in the main chat, so we'll just scroll down. Just so you can see, for clarification, this was posted here well before 9:52 a.m., looking for the break of 442.50. Plan is to short the next rally if we get that move. So posted well before the breakdown even started to happen, so you had plenty of time to prepare for this trade. Even if you weren't in the live trading with me, it was posted in the main chat. Then we get the break here of 442.5, and then the drop flush move down further. So we actually wound up not waiting for a rally. We just went ahead and market bought into this drop, and the reason why is because, look, we had the shift change happening here already. So that, if we were trying to limit order into this, this is where we would want to be limit ordering. Once we got the breakdown here, this is now where the momentum starts. And the reason the momentum starts there is because it's the break of what? The pre-market low, the intraday low, and another intraday low right here. So it's the break of low of day and the pre-market low, and we're already downtrending from the break of the uptrend trend line here. And we know the momentum is already down. So this is when, on this candle, the bears take control. We market buy into this candle because it's already consolidated overhead, over top of the trigger level. Chances are we're not going to get the pullback. You do slightly, but not too much. A couple minutes of consolidation, and then the drop down into the low of day. Wound up taking a 20% profit on this trade. So this was the one that really made us our money if you want to consider Tesla the wash trade. Cool. Okay. I hope the video has helped you out. Press that like button for me if you haven't done so already. Thank you so much for your time. Take care, and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you are not a subscriber already. I post a lot of great free content out there that I don't think a lot of other traders are posting. All right. Again, thank you for your time, and take care.